Thousands of years ago, ancient desert civilizations figured out how to survive blistering heat without electricity. They relied on massive walls made of sun-baked mud. This heavy clay acted as a thermal mass, absorbing the sun's intense heat during the day and slowly releasing it at night. They also engineered highly effective passive cooling. Builders used porous terracotta systems filled with water. When hot outside air pushed through the wet clay, the water evaporated, instantly dropping the air's temperature before it drifted naturally into the living space. Today, if you walk through an American suburb, you won't see thick mud walls or terracotta cooling towers. We abandoned those passive, sustainable designs to rely entirely on brute force engineering. We seal our homes up tight and pump artificial climates through them using centralized air conditioning. But in our attempt to lock the natural world out of our homes entirely, we unknowingly built a highly complex, incredibly fragile mechanical ecosystem right inside our walls. The hardware of a modern HVAC system is a complex landscape of reactive metals and soft polymers, a design that invites chemical and biological degradation into the mechanical core of the home. The first major point of failure sits right in your backyard. The outdoor condenser unit is the front line of your home's thermal defense, standing entirely exposed to the elements. Inside that metal box, heat transfer relies on a very specific physical process. Refrigerant moves through copper tubes, transferring heat outward across a massive, tightly packed network of thin aluminum fins. These fins maximize surface area, allowing the system to dump the heat from inside your house into the outside air. But that delicate metal network is highly reactive, and it frequently meets an unexpected environmental threat: the family dog. Specifically, the highly concentrated uric acid and ammonia found in dog urine. Ammonia triggers a rapid chemical reaction called brittle thin syndrome. The aluminum oxidizes and crumbles into dust, destroying heat dissipation. The exposure also eats into the copper tubing, forming microscopic pits. Under extreme pressure from the refrigerant, these pits crack open, releasing toxic gas. A single biological variable, ordinary urine, exploits a severe material weakness in the metal. It forces an entire multi-thousand-dollar thermal system into premature mechanical failure. While the condenser breaks down chemically outside, its warmth and the quiet vibration of the compressor act as a beacon for small mammals seeking shelter. And once mice and rats find the outdoor unit, they quickly follow the pipes and wires directly indoors. In recent years, a massive legal controversy has popped up around this exact problem. Homeowners have filed class action lawsuits claiming that automotive and HVAC manufacturers caused these infestations by switching to soy-based coatings for their wiring. The claim is that rodents think the soy wire is food, but laboratory testing proves that is a complete myth. Extensive studies show that mice and rats display zero increased preference for chewing elastomers containing soybean oil derivatives over standard petroleum-based wires. The real vulnerability comes down to material hardness. Modern HVAC wiring is coated in flexible PVC, which happens to contain a chemical additive called rutile titanium dioxide. To understand why this matters, we have to look at the Mohs hardness scale. Because a rodent's front teeth never stop growing, they have to constantly chew on rough surfaces to grind them down. On the Mohs scale, rodent tooth enamel sits around 5.0 to 5.5. The titanium dioxide in the PVC coating hits a 6.5. Than eating the system for food, the rodents are using our advanced synthetic polymers as an industrial grinding stone. They strip the coating away just to wear down their teeth, leaving the system's critical electronics entirely exposed to short circuits. Once inside the ductwork, the rodents cause a secondary layer of structural damage. They systematically chew through and harvest fiberglass ductboard and pipe insulation to build their nests. This heat flow equation governs an HVAC system's efficiency. Heat transfer, Q, equals thermal conductivity times surface area times temperature difference divided by L, the insulation's thickness. As rodents strip insulation, L drops to 0. This causes Q to massively spike, bleeding heat prematurely. This thermodynamic bleed completely wipes out the benefits of modern high-efficiency SEER ratings. It traps the compressor in a death spiral, forcing it to run constantly until the mechanical strain simply destroys the unit. While a seized compressor ruins the system's mechanics, the biological debris left behind in the ductwork turns the infrastructure itself into a hazard. Deep within these dark air pathways, feces, urine, and dander slowly accumulate into a dry, toxic film. When they build those highly flammable nests directly against the internal electrical components or heating elements of the furnace, the risk of a sudden house fire spikes immediately. This table shows standard duct design velocities. For vapors, gases, and smoke, the optimum air velocity is pushed between 1,000 and 2,000 feet per minute. That is an extreme physical force ripping through the ductwork. When your central fan kicks on, it blasts air right through that accumulated waste, picking up microscopic particles and aerosolizing the biofilm. This combination of contamination and high-velocity airflow turns the home's mechanical lungs into a highly efficient delivery system. It pulls zoonotic pathogens from the hidden crawl spaces of the house and pumps them directly into the air you breathe. Keeping a modern air conditioning unit fully functional requires a state of constant preventative warfare. Homeowners have to clear surrounding vegetation. They must carefully inspect their soffits and install specialized wire meshes just to protect the hardware from the animals living outside. It is a stressful, perpetual cycle of maintenance that stands in stark contrast to the elegant engineering of the ancient world, where heavy thermal mass and wet terracotta provided cooling with zero moving parts and zero energy grid requirements. Modern engineering allows us to calibrate indoor humidity and temperature with extreme precision. However, this control relies on sensitive plastics and reactive copper, a design that effectively lets nature dismantle our home.